Let me tell you something most people never realize. Money doesn't respond to desperation. It doesn't answer your late night worries. It doesn't care how badly you want it. But here's the truth. The moment you shift your focus from chasing money to building value, money starts chasing you. Most people spend their entire lives running after money, thinking that if they just work harder or hustle more, eventually money will come their way. But the truth is, money doesn't respond to effort alone, it responds to value. When you focus your time, energy, and attention on building undeniable value, you flip the script. Instead of you chasing money, money starts chasing you. And that value doesn't come from shortcuts or empty promises. It comes from becoming the best at what you do. It comes from solving real problems that people are willing to pay for. It comes from building skills, mastering your craft, and making yourself so valuable that people can't ignore you. Think about the people you admire, the ones who seem to have endless opportunities coming their way. It's not luck, it's not magic. It's the byproduct of years spent building undeniable value. They've developed expertise, they've built credibility, and they've earned trust. The marketplace rewards that kind of person. When you commit to that path, you stop asking, how do I get more money? And you start asking, how do I bring more value to the table? It could mean learning new skills, improving existing ones, or finding innovative ways to solve problems for your customers, your community, or your industry. Money is simply a reflection of the problems you solve and the value you deliver. If you solve small problems, you get small money. If you solve big problems, the kind that impact lives and businesses, that's when money starts chasing you. But here's the reality. Most people aren't willing to go through that process. They want the money first. They want the recognition, the freedom, the lifestyle, but they skip the part where you become undeniably valuable. They skip the late nights of learning, the hard lessons, the failures, the persistence. That's why the majority keep chasing money while a small group has it chasing them. Building undeniable value is about positioning yourself as a solution provider, not a problem creator. It's about being so good they can't overlook you. It's about serving at a higher level, delivering results consistently, and making an impact so significant that the market rewards you without you constantly running after it. Mastering your skills is the foundation of becoming someone who naturally attracts success and wealth. It's not enough to dabble or be average. The world is filled with average people, and being average never gets you noticed. When you commit to mastering your skills, you set yourself apart from the crowd. You become the go-to person, the one people think of when they need results. Mastery isn't about luck or talent. It's about relentless practice, learning from failure and pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone. It's the hours you spend refining your abilities when no one's watching. It's the extra effort you invest while others are cutting corners. It's the discipline to do the work even when motivation fades. The truth is, the marketplace doesn't reward effort alone, it rewards excellence. It rewards results. And those results only come from deep, undeniable mastery of your craft. When you become so skilled that people can't ignore you, you stop begging for opportunities. Opportunities find you. Clients seek you out. Partners approach you, money flows toward you. But that kind of mastery requires intentionality. It requires focusing on the skills that move the needle in your industry, in your business, in your life. It means studying the people at the top, understanding what makes them exceptional, and then applying that to your own journey. It means staying humble enough to recognize there's always more to learn and bold enough to execute what you've learned consistently. Most people plateau because they confuse familiarity with mastery. Just because you've been doing something for a long time doesn't mean you've mastered it. Mastery demands a higher standard. It demands precision, innovation, and a constant hunger to improve. When you master your skills, you earn the reputation of someone who delivers. You build credibility, you create trust, and trust is the currency that drives opportunities and wealth your way. People want to work with the best. They want to pay for certainty, for results, for someone who can deliver without excuses. That's what happens when you become impossible to ignore. You no longer have to chase recognition or convince people of your worth. Your work speaks for itself, your reputation precedes you, and in that space, money follows. The world rewards those who have the courage and capacity to solve real, painful problems. It doesn't reward those who avoid challenges, who hide in comfort zones, or who wait for someone else to step up. If you want money, influence, and opportunities to chase you, start looking for problems that scare everyone else. The bigger the problem you solve, the bigger the reward that follows. It could be in business, leadership, relationships, or community. Every industry, every market, every group of people has pain points, inefficiencies, frustrations. Most people complain about them. Few take action. The ones who take action are the ones who become irreplaceable. Solving painful problems means facing complexity head on. It means stepping into uncertainty, asking the hard questions, and being willing to fail along the way. It's about becoming obsessed with understanding the root cause of challenges rather than just treating surface level symptoms. When you develop that mindset, you stop operating like everyone else. You stop thinking small. You start seeing problems as opportunities disguised as obstacles. It can be a technical challenge, a customer experience gap, a broken system, or an unmet need that people have just accepted as normal. When you position yourself as the person who doesn't just talk about these problems, but actually solves them, you change the game entirely. Suddenly, you're not another face in the crowd. You're the solution provider, the fixer, the leader. People notice, people pay, and people bring more opportunities your way. But solving painful problems isn't easy. It requires resilience, creativity, and relentless curiosity. It means being willing to experiment, to fail forward, and to stay committed even when the solution isn't obvious. It means listening more than you speak, understanding the people affected by the problem, and crafting solutions that deliver real results. In that process, your confidence grows, your value increases, and your reputation strengthens. The market starts to see you differently. You're no longer chasing approval or waiting for permission. You're creating impact that others can't ignore. And with that impact comes trust, respect, and financial rewards that most people only dream about. When you lead with impact and service, money follows naturally. Most people flip this concept upside down. They focus on what they can get, not what they can give. They walk into every situation wondering how they can extract value rather than create it. But the ones who truly rise above, the ones who attract opportunities, relationships, and wealth, operate differently. They understand that the fastest path to success is through serving others at the highest level. It starts with shifting your mindset from self-centered to service-centered. When you focus on how you can help, how you can solve problems, how you can make life easier for others, you instantly separate yourself from the masses. People remember how you make them feel. They remember when someone shows up to add value with no hidden agenda. They remember when someone listens, understands, and delivers real solutions. That's what builds trust. That's what opens doors. That's what attracts money without you having to chase it constantly. Service isn't about being passive or soft. It's about being strategic. It's about recognizing that the more problems you solve, the more value you create, the more impact you generate, the more the market rewards you. When you genuinely care about helping others win, you start to build relationships that last. You create networks that support you. You earn a reputation that positions you as the go-to person people want to work with, buy from, and recommend. Leading with service is the long game, but it's the most sustainable game. It builds loyalty, credibility, and influence. You stop competing on price because people are drawn to your impact, not just your product. You stop chasing money because your service creates demand. Money becomes the byproduct of your value, not the target of your efforts. The people who win in business and life over the long term are those who refuse to play the short game of quick wins and selfish motives. They invest in others. They show up with solutions. They build value so significant that money, opportunities, and success can't help but follow them.